How's your wrist?
It's getting better. Obviously, it was a long summer with it, having to be in a cast for 12 weeks, and especially I feel like I've turned the corner on it the last week and a half. So that's obviously a positive, and still working to get it up to 100%. And just excited to be back here with everyone and getting things going. And camp is just around the corner.
So you'll be a little limited when camp's on?
A little bit, obviously, just being cautious with it. You don't want to do anything to have any setbacks or anything like that. So I think the main thing is just to be, smart about it. So, but like I said, it's turned a corner for the better as far as the rehab's gone, and I'm just working on trying to get my strength back in it and everything like that. So it's like I said, it's been a good last, let's say, 2 weeks, and hopefully it can get better and better as the month goes along.
How much did it impact your off-season training, like lifting, all that stuff? Did it have an impact there? Or?
A lot,
Yeah.
a lot. As far as upper body goes, it impacted everywhere. And I'm not even. I haven't been able to do a push-up until a week ago, just because of it being right there on the joint. So, but still, that's something you gotta work at with rehab and stuff like that. Like I said, it's gotten better over the last week, and you still have some time here before the season starts. So as camp goes along, you want to get your legs and everything underneath you, but you still have time to build your strength up until the season starts.
So when your strength is back, though, do you expect that you'll feel like you always did? It would be the same as before.
I hope so. Every time you have surgery, it never really goes back to 100%, right? But you hope that you can get back to a point where you were feeling as good as before the surgery. And for myself, just trying to get, just mentally, healthy and not get it out of the, get that out of the way. The mental part of it, that part is also a big part to overcome, as far as shooting and just pushing and all that type of stuff. But so it's it's a lot of hard work when you get injured to rehab yourself to get to 100%, and that's your main goal, is to try to get there.
How tough was this summer? Just kind of the bitterness at the way the playoffs ended, and you were involved in some stuff there at the end. Did you take some hard feelings into the off season? Was it difficult for you?
Yeah, it was tough. It was because it ended a lot shorter than you had hoped, and you look at a lot of things, up 3-2 in the series, and you hit all those posts in the series, and you lose to a team that we felt like we should have beat, but we didn't. And there was definitely it was something that's always tough to get over. But I guess once you do get over it, you try to use it as motivation to help you work harder to get yourself ready to come back this season hungrier. And we still have somewhat of a similar group here as far as that goes, and we all still have a lot of confidence and believe in ourselves that we're a great team, and we just got to go out there and prove it starting this season.
Were you okay with, I think there was Strombo made a joke about you at the awards about the handshake line and all that stuff. Did you take that in the right way and kind of with a sense of humor?
Yeah, you just laugh about it, right? It's something that happened, and it's so. Guys want to have some fun with it, I guess you just gotta laugh with them.
So almost everybody's in town here. Peter Shirley's in Nashville talking about how there has to be a trade at some point here. The trade's coming. Do you feel that it's affecting the team, and how do you think it impacts the team when talks like
that? It's tough. Because it does impact the team, because that there's some kind of movement is going to happen, and like I said, we have a good group of guys here that we believe in, everyone believes in themselves and each other, and to lose someone just to make room is is not the situation that you want to see. But that's the nature of a salary cap era, and unfortunately, it's something that has to happen. But well, for myself personally, I'm more worried about getting my rehab all done more than that type of stuff. But it's definitely something that you don't want to hear or something like that. But like I said, at the end of the day, it is a business, and things like that happen. I've had a lot of really good friends come and go, and it's unfortunate that we're in the situation that we're in with the salary cap, and it's going to happen sooner than later.
Do you think much about your own personal future with the team, just as you see more players that were key to this group leaving, and you're not on the longest term deal here, and there's going to be decisions to have to be made at some point. Do you think much about that at this point?
Well, it's hard not to. I mean, I'd be lying to you if I told you I didn't think about it at all. I mean, with 2 years left on this contract, and when I come out of it, I come out as a UFA, and you kind of see the direction that the team is going. I mean, they just signed Kretsch here for 6 more years after this one, and obviously he's a guy that I want to play with. So my plans as far as my future goes is to stay here and stay put in Boston. But obviously, a lot of things happen. A lot of things are going to happen within the next year or in 2 years, and but I hope that both sides can keep me here for a long time.
How difficult is that
Sorry.
How difficult is that when you're I mean, you've been here the whole time, and you want to stay here, but if you got to market, you know what could be out there. That there could have to be a hometown discount if you wanted to stay.
You try not to think about it too much. You just try to, I guess, think about what you need to do on the ice. And I mean, for myself personally, you look at how good it's been for me is, with how I've been treated by the organization and mostly the fans. The way they've embraced me and supported me as a player here, and they've increased my popularity and all that type of stuff. So I mean, as much as it is about all those other stuff, you like to think about the things that are important, and that's your fans, and you want to kind of be loyal to the people that were helped you along the way and all that type of stuff. So there's that part of the thinking as well, as much as you talk about what's out there in the market. So for myself, I talk about the fans. They've made me, as far as jersey sales go, one of the most popular guys in the league. So I mean, if anything, for them, I think the loyalty is there 100%. So like I said, for me, the number one thing would be to stay here and continue on as a Boston Bruin.
Whether it's Louis or someone else, you and Kretsch have had a run of guys on your right wing that are power forward type of people. We don't really know for sure how it's going to work out, but I mean, do you feel like the line is? I mean, you're interested to see what kind of line you guys become or need a player like that.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a different dynamic, just because of what you just said. Of our right winger has been more of a power kind of guy, and and now it's a little bit of a different dynamic as far as Louis' game coming onto our line. But I'm excited about it. I think you look at his stats and what he's been able to do in this league. His numbers are definitely up there, and you don't get that just by accident. And I mean, we did play. We had that really good game last year at home against Philly, and where we had instant chemistry and had a really good game as a Lions. So I think thinking about that game and how we play, that gives I think all three of us a lot of confidence heading into a training camp here and into a season of I guess the speculation of the three of us playing together. So I think it'll be good. You know, Iggy's definitely, or sorry, Louis, you know, a really good playmaker, and you know, I guess maybe I'll get a lot more looks myself as a shooter playing with you know, two playmakers. But so I think the three of us, all of us, are excited about what we're gonna be able to do as a line, and I think we just have to work hard and communicate a lot, and hope that everything kind of just, you know, comes together naturally.
With Thorny gone, it may be that the roster doesn't have a classic enforcer to start the season. Do you think that impacts you in any way? Do you think you may find yourself maybe drop the gloves a little bit more than you had in the past? Just, you know, when a team takes liberties, if there's not a guy there that it's his job to do that. I mean, have you thought much about how that might kind of impact you?
Yeah, I mean, definitely thought about it, and you know, I guess we're gonna have to wait and see how that part goes. But I mean, you know, I've always been a guy that's, you know, stood up for, you know, teammates and myself, and I think Thordy definitely is a guy that we're gonna really miss, you know, on the ice and in the locker room, you know. But I think it has to kind of be a group effort in order to step up as far as that stuff goes, as kind of, because we don't have that key guy that's going to go out there and do that type of stuff. But I think it's going to have to be a group effort of guys having to do that.
But you do have that wrist, the wrist issue, which
Yeah,
you know,
that contributes to it too a little bit too. Yeah.
they're trying to legislate fighting out of the game. Would you be in favor of that?
No. No, I mean, it's just I have my reasons that, you know, some people might disagree with, but I feel like you know, having fighting in the game definitely keeps, you know, a lot of people honest, you know, because it allows the players to kind of police themselves in a certain way. And, you know, unless you're on the ice and in a game, you don't really understand it until you're a part of it. But I truly feel that, you know, it is a part of the game, and it keeps the game, you know, as much as some people think that fighting is dirty and all that type of stuff, but I feel like it keeps the game you know, clean as far as the chippiness goes, because, you know, sometimes, you know, there's some kind of consequence to it.
You know, you kind of addressed it a little bit with the salary cap.
Yeah.
You know, for a number of years here, you know, training camp starts, and, you know, there's sort of, you can kind of predict what the opening night lineup is going to be. And it's, you know, there seems to be a little bit, you know, more open, people to replace people who might not be here when it starts. Does it feel a little different, you know, going into this camp, not really knowing who's going to be here, who's going to be where?
Yeah, I mean, it was, well, I'm sure you guys have probably tried to go through it and pencil in a lineup for opening night, and you guys have had a little bit more holes than usual, but, you know, it's looking at that and thinking about that, I mean, it is what it is, because as a player, you know, you just